Hey everyone, FFJmon here and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be ranking Paradox Pokemon. So Paradox Pokemon were Pokemon introduced in Generation 9 in the Scarlet and Violet games, and these Pokemon either come from the distant future or the distant past. And the Scarlet games had Pokemon from the past, the Violet games had the Pokemon from the future. I had Violet when I played through Pokemon Violet in Generation 9, so I got to play with a lot of the future Pokemon, but I think the past ones are also really cool. But basically, I think there's like 11 of them in total. There might be more, or I think there's either 10 or 11 maybe per past and future, but basically I'm going to rank them and put them in a tier list and kind of show you guys which ones are my favorite, which ones are my least favorite. And yeah, one of the reasons why is that I really like the whole Paradox Pokemon idea, and I thought it was really cool. And I think it's a cool way to redesign kind of old Pokemon and, freshen them up a little bit, give them kind of past and future forms. And I just love seeing like YouTube videos of people showing like concept art and different ideas for other Paradox Pokemon that like Pokemon hasn't officially made yet, but has like some really cool designs. So, and also because I'm doing my Paradox Rift Master Set, I think it's just a good video to show my love for Paradox Pokemon. So I'm going to show you guys my tier list of Paradox Pokemon. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here we go. We have our tier list here going S for, super amazing tier. We got A, B, C, and D. And then, yeah, I found a tier list of all the Scarlet and Violet Gen 9 Pokemon, but I'm just going to pick out the Paradox Pokemon. So bear with me here as I kind of look through the list and find some Paradox Pokemon. So I think first on our list we have, let's see. Aha, here they are. So we have Great Tusk. Great Tusk I think is pretty cool. It's a take on Donphan, and so this is the past form of Donphan. I'm going to say B. I think that's pretty solid. It's got, these giant tusks and kind of has, spikes on his treads, and I like the color palette. So I think it's definitely a cool vibe. Let's give it a B tier. Next we have Screamtail, which is a version of Jigglypuff, the past version of Jigglypuff. And I like it, it's got the really long hair, and yeah, it's not too crazy, but I think it's a cool design. And, competitively, it's pretty good. So I'm going to put that in the A tier. Next is Brute Bonnet. This one's alright. It's the past form of a Moongus. I think it's a grass and dark type. I want to say Great Tusk is like a fighting something type, and then Screamtail, I don't remember. I think it's like a fairy type maybe. But I don't know, Brute Bonnet's alright. I wouldn't say it's amazing. I'd put it probably in C. I think that's fair. Doesn't really reimagine a Moongus too much. But yeah, I kind of see where they were going with. Get it? C. Alright, Fluttermane. I think Fluttermane is really cool. I think Misdreavus is a cool Pokemon. Mismagius, I think, is kind of a, I don't know, it's alright. But yeah, I like Misdreavus a lot, and I think Fluttermane is a good past form of Misdreavus. So I would put it in the A tier for sure. And competitively, it's a really good Pokemon. Alright, next we have Slitherwing. Now this one's cool. I think this is like a bug fighting type, and it's unlike Volcarona, which is like a flying, fire moth, and it has like hind legs, and I'm not sure how good it is competitively. I've never played with it, but it is pretty cool. I like the design. I like that design a lot. I'm gonna put that I think, in A. And you know, I'm gonna put Screamtail in B, because Screamtail's good, but it's not really my like most favorite. Yeah, I think I'd put Screamtail B. I feel happy about that. Slitherwing A, for sure. Sandy Shocks. Sandy Shocks, honestly, I think is S. I think Sandy Shocks is really cool. I think, you know, just making the magnets bigger and having, you know, the extra like metal magnetic pieces around the magnets and kind of the more prehistoric look of Sandy Shocks, I really like. I think that's S tier for me. All right. Next we have the future ones. So Iron Bundle. Sorry, Iron Treads. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not really inspired by Iron Treads. I had one for a little bit when I was playing, but honestly, I think it's not my favorite. I'm gonna put that in D. Because yeah, I don't know, it doesn't really spark a lot of interest out of me. Iron Hands, on the other hand, I think is amazing. It's a great design for a future Hariyama. I like how it's electric fighting. It's really cool. I think that's either A or S for me. Ooh. I think it made Hariyama really cool. I'm gonna put it S tier. Yeah, I'll leave it there for now. Okay. All right, we have Iron Bundle. Take on Delibird. I'm gonna put that in B. You know, I think it's good. I like how it uses its sack as like a, you know, shoots ice beams out of its like Santa sack. And yeah, I think it's, you know, pretty good. Pretty good design. I like it. It's very fast, I think. I think it's like an ice type. I forget if it's flying or not. But I like that one. Iron Jugulus. Now, I think this one's a little uninspired. I'm going to put this in the C tier. I forget what the type is for this, but yeah, I don't know. I think they could have made Hydreigon a little bit cooler. It kind of just, you know, looks like Hydreigon, but it's like metal instead, or robotic. But I feel like they could have made the design a little bit better, besides just like making a robot Hydreigon. Whereas these ones kind of like reimagined some of the Pokemon into something different. All right, Iron Moth. I liked Iron Moth. It's like a poison fire type. I used it a lot playing through Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I think I enjoy it. I enjoy Iron Moth. I'm gonna put that in A as well. I like Iron Moth. All right, next we have Iron Thorn. So this is the Tyranitar. I think it's a rock and electric type. I think it's B. It's solid. I like the color palette. They probably could have done something a little bit cooler, but yeah, I think it's a decent design. Yeah. All right, next we have all right, so here are the big ones here. We have Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon is pretty great. I'm putting that in S tier. Yeah, I think Roaring Moon's a great design. I think it's a very epic Salamence. I think just, you know, the giant wings, and I like the design of the body and everything, and it definitely looks like more sleek and more dragon-like. I think Roaring Moon, they knocked it out of the park. 100%. The path form Salamence, incredible. Salamence is also like one of my favorite Pokemon, so they did a great job. Iron Valiant's also really cool. You know, it's a really cool version of Gallade that yeah, I think it's like a fairy fighting type. And yeah, I also think they knocked it out of the park with that. And I like how these two are kind of like the leaders of the past and future Pokemon. So I think Iron Valiant is also in the S tier for me, just in terms of design and, you know, how they handled that. All right. So I'm going to consider Koraidon and Miraidon Paradox Pokemon. They are the box art legendaries, but you know, Koraidon's from the past, Miraidon's from the future, Cyclizar is from the present. You guys all know Cyclizar right there. So I'm going to rank these guys too. I think overall, I like Miraidon more than Koraidon. So I'm going to put Miraidon in B, in Koraidon in C. Yeah. Because one, I mean, I think the bike idea was cool, but they probably could have, like, thought about that a little bit better. But, I mean, overall, I liked Miraidon. It was a fun, you know, Dragon Electric type. My one gripe is, yeah, I guess the bike idea was just kind of strange a little bit. You're riding your legendary bike. But, yeah, okay. I mean, it was all right. Not my favorite legendary, but definitely cool. And then Koraidon, I put C. I mean, I didn't play Violet. I'm sure I would probably think differently if I did play it. But I think I put it in C just because, like, there's a lot going on with its body and the feathers and stuff like that. And I think they could have maybe toned it down a little bit. Overall, I think the design is pretty cool, but I think it could have been a little bit better. So I'll put that in C, I think. I think I feel all right with that. By the way, this is all my opinion. You guys can agree or disagree. I'm just kind of going based off of my experiences. So next we have Walking Wake. So this is Suicune, past version. I like Walking Wake. I think that's a B. Pretty solid. I like it. Entei. I really like Entei. Now, I know I said Koraidon had a lot of feathers and a lot of extra, but I think what they did with Entei I really liked for the past form. It's very cool. And then lastly was Raging Bolt. I think Raging Bolt's kind of goofy, to be honest. The design's a little goofy. I'm going to put it either B or C. I'm going to put it I'll put it B. Because, yeah, I guess the giraffe idea is kind of cool, but I don't know, the whole, like, his mane being all the way up there, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. These ones kind of make more sense to me. The Raikou one kind of is out there. So it's definitely a low B, I think. But I know competitively it's done pretty well. All right. These ones, Virizion and Cobalion, I really like. I think they really knocked these ones out of the park. So I think that's an A for Virizion and Cobalion. So that's Iron Leaves and Iron Crown, I think. Yeah, I think those are both A, because I like those. And that blue, that like electric blue is actually... And even like the cards, like the alt or the special illustration rare cards for these two and Temporal Forces, those cards are great. I just think they really nailed the futuristic vibe with these ones. Yeah. Oh, I might put those in S and Iron Hands in A. Because I think I like these better than their normal forms. Like, I think they just work. And then I think Iron Boulder is just, I don't know. I wasn't really a big fan of Terrakion as much. I'd say C for Iron Boulder. Nothing against Iron Boulder, I just wasn't a big Terrakion fan. Alright. And then I think that's it. I think that's all of them. Let's see, let me check. Check. Yep, I think that's all of them. Yep. Wow, okay, I guess that's all the Gen 9 Pokemon. Huh, not as much as I thought there would be. It doesn't really seem like a lot. How many are there? 141 images. Okay, I guess it is a lot. Huh. Well, I guess there's a lot of variants, though. Yeah. Interesting. That's all, huh? Doesn't really seem like a lot when you look at it. And there's a lot of legendaries and alternate forms and stuff like that. Huh. Okay, so here's the list. S tier, we have Iron Leaves, Iron Crown, Iron Valiant, Roaring Moon, and Sandy Shocks. A tier, we have Iron Hands, we have Gouging Fire, we have Iron Moth, Slitherwing, and Fluttermane. B tier, we have Walking Wake, Raging Bolt, Miraidon, Iron Thorns, Iron Bundle, Screamtail, Great Tusk. C tier, we have Iron Boulder, Koraidon, Iron Jugulus, and Brute Bonnet. And then D tier, we have Iron Treads. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with that. So yeah, so that's how I would stack up the Paradox Pokemon. I think my all-time favorite is Roaring Moon, because I think they just absolutely nailed it. I think Roaring Moon's a great design, great Pokemon. I would really want to play Scarlet just to like play with Roaring Moon, because I think Roaring Moon is sweet. I remember, because I think when I played Violet, I was so bummed that I couldn't get a Roaring Moon, because I didn't realize that like you couldn't get the past Pokemon in Violet until like after I finished playing the game and was trying to catch all the Paradox Pokemon. I realized, oh, that's a past Pokemon, I can't get it in this game. So I was kind of sad, but yeah, maybe I'll get Scarlet and play that too. But you know, I think it was pretty evenly distributed. Like, let's see, I had a future here, I had 2 futures and 2 past here. I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 past and 3 future. I have 3 past and 2 future, 2 past and 3 future. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty even spread, I'd say, for the most part, in terms of like how I like future Pokemon versus how I like past Pokemon. So yeah, I'm happy with that list. That's my Paradox Pokemon tier list. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your favorite Paradox Pokemon is and whether you like the past Pokemon or the future Pokemon better. I think for me, if I had to vote between past or future, oh, that's so tough. That is so tough. I think I would, even though I don't know. I'm kind of either way. I'm glad they did both. I think maybe the past just has an easier time just because like it's easy to think about prehistoric versions of Pokemon rather than like future versions. But I feel like future versions you could really get creative and like do something unexpected that is also like a really cool design. So I think both of them have their pros and cons. I'm glad that there's both of them, but let me know what you guys think is your favorite past or future, or if you guys just like Paradox Pokemon in general, because you know each generation now is kind of having their own thing. You know, Gen 9 was Paradox Pokemon, Gen 8 was, you know, your regional variants and your Galar Pokemon, and you know Gen 7 had like Ultra Beasts and stuff like that, so that was kind of unique. Gen 6, you know, had Mega Evolution, obviously. So I mean, there's a lot of different things per generation to kind of see what's going on. And yeah, I think Paradox Pokemon is a really cool idea. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.